What happened?
What's your name, bud?
I'm sorry?
What's your name?
Sir, I haven't broken the law. I'm walking across a public field.
Well,
I've not broken the law. I'm not obligated to identify myself.
You don't have to.
I know.
I'm just asking.
I know that.
I'm just asking.
I know that. I was standing on a public taxpayer, public sidewalk.
Okay.
She came out there yelling at me. I'm on a public sidewalk. I didn't break no law. She has no right to tell anybody how to stand on a public taxpayer sidewalk. That's all I got to say about it. When she's trying to make a scene out of me for standing on a public sidewalk.
Okay.
I'm not entertaining none of that. She does that to people all the time.
Okay.
They get kicks out of that shit, bro. I didn't break no law. I'm minding my own business. I went over there for coffee. They made a whole scene out of me for no reason, bro.
Okay.
So I'm leaving to avoid conflict. Okay. I appreciate you. I appreciate your service, Mr. Oakley. Thank you. God bless. Have a great day. I didn't break no law, bro.
Okay, but I'm just.
You have no right to legally hold me right now, bro.
Because you're matching the description until he's had.
No. I can match a description.
Yes.
There's no law, bro.
And
there's no law, bro.
You don't have to identify yourself, but you have to stay with me until we figure out what's going on.
I told you what's going on.
Okay, and he's
I was standing on a public sidewalk. It's all on her camera. You're welcome to go watch it.
Okay, just hang out with me. You don't have to identify yourself.
Why are you keeping me here?
What's that?
Why are you guys keeping me here right now?
Until he tells me
A description of what? Nobody broke a law.
You're wearing a tan hoodie.
It's not illegal to wear a tan hoodie, bro.
You're matching the description.
It's not illegal to wear a tan hoodie.
Looking for.
Matching of a description of nobody that broke a law. People wouldn't leave me alone, bro.
You're good to go. You just told me you're...
Can I get a card?
What's that?
Can I get a card?
I don't have cards, but I can write my name down.
I appreciate that. I'd like yours too.
Yep.
Nah, bro. They play too much with people playing with the system, bro. My taxes fund that building, bro. $40 million of our tax money funded that building, bro. For her to tell me I can't stand on a public sidewalk,
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You took an oath to defend our rights, right? And that includes a public sidewalk, right?
So, you're not in trouble for anything over there?
No, I'm asking you.
What's that?
You took an oath.
Yeah.
You guys took an oath to defend our rights in the Constitution,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Which covers standing on a sidewalk.
Yes.
Thank you. God bless. Have a great day. God bless. Have a great day.
I'm trespassing you from that address, but I just need your name.
I ain't going back there. I don't have to identify myself. I didn't break a law.
Okay, so hang out with me.
I did not break a law, bro. I am not required to sign no trespassing things by law. I know my rights. So if you're gonna think you're gonna have me sign a trespassing form, bro,
you don't have to sign it. I just gotta figure out what your name is so I can tell you.
you have no right to identify me as somebody that didn't break a law. You just told me that on your camera and mine.
Okay, so just hang out with us. You don't have to identify yourself, but if we figure out who you are, then I'm gonna tell you not to go back there. So just hang out.
You told me not to go back there. It's on my camera. It's acknowledged. I'm also intelligent enough to know and realize that a trespassing notice can be given verbally, as you just did, and as you just did.
I'm gonna make an attempt to identify who you are. You don't have to tell me, but
you have no right to do that.
Okay.
You took an oath to protect tyranny, bro.
Go look at your car. What's up? What's up? I'm gonna go look at your car.
Honest.
Hey, we'll walk over.
Yeah. You know I'm right.
Let's
Bro. No, bro. No, they're trying to make a whole scene on the taxpayer dollar, bro. I ain't done a goddamn thing.
I don't even know what happened over there, right?
I was standing on a public sidewalk and she called y'all on me.
Who?
Standing on a public sidewalk. Jasmine, the lady that runs the place.
Again, I have no idea what even
And
happened.
I do. It's all on camera.
Okay.
It's on her camera. It's on my camera. And y'all on my camera violating my rights right now. You're violating my rights by not allowing me to walk freely. You're violating my right to travel freely, bro, that you took an oath to protect. How do you feel about that?
I'm not violating your rights.
Huh?
I said I'm not violating your rights.
Okay, so am I free to go?
No, we got to issue it.
So you're violating my rights.
We got to.
You're violating my right to travel freely right now.
We got to issue a trespass warning.
You don't got to do none of that. You're choosing to do that.
No,
you're choosing to do that. That is a tax. We had $40 million of our taxpayer dollars fund that building in the last year.
The Oasis?
The Oasis, $40 million.
I don't think it cost $40 million.
I know what I'm talking about, sir.
Okay.
$40 million of our taxpayer dollars funded that building in the last year.
Okay.
Our taxpayer dollars pay for this sidewalk right here.
Okay.
Y'all are about to try to give me a trespassing notice for standing on a public sidewalk.
No,
no. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, they can bar you.
It does matter.
Right?
It does matter. $40 million, bro. $40 million of our money paid for that. So you're going to tell me that our tax dollars is good enough for you, but our people ain't? No, bro.
I didn't say that, did I?
She is. And that's what y'all are defending right now. And right now, you're both violating my right to travel freely.
No, we're not
To
violating.
violate my rights.
Listen, if you
No, bro. You don't got cops explain nothing to me. I know how it goes. I know how it goes, bro. I was married into your force for a whole lot of years, bro. I learned a whole lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
However you married.
Yeah.
Before.
I ain't got to answer questions. I'm just telling you how it goes.
Okay. You're making this more difficult than it is to me.
You're making it more difficult by violating my rights right now. You're violating my right to travel freely. He's violating my right to travel freely. That you took an oath to protect, sir.
You're right. And we're doing.
Can I get your name, sir?
It's Officer Oberhiem.
Can you write that on there with his?
Sure can.
Appreciate you.
Huh? What's it? Oh, yeah, you wrote it on there. Yep, it's already on there.
Cool. How long
No
have you been with the
problem.
force?
11 years. Or
How many times have you had to use your taser?
Couple.
Yeah. You ever killed anybody with it?
Taser won't kill you.
Yeah, it will. Yes, it will.
Okay.
That's why it's called. That's
why do you think it? Why do you think?
Because that's why taser had to change the name from the non-lethal weapon to the less lethal weapon. That's to open admittance to it being a lethal weapon.
Okay.
I'm looking out for you, bro.
I appreciate that.
Because they don't tell you guys that stuff. They make you like puppets, bro. They hand you a weapon. They don't tell you what it's capable of. And then when somebody shoots somebody and they kill somebody, they're on the line
You
for
know,
it,
for
bro.
me to care that I had to be tased.
That sucks, doesn't it?
It does.
Do you know there's officers that died for having to do that? But you know what they say, bro? You know what they say when they shoot an officer with that taser during that little test? If they die, you know what they say?
What's up?
They say that they had a heart complication. That's what happened. They're killing y'all too, bro. I love y'all, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
I love y'all. I don't want to see nobody dying, bro.
Me neither.
But they don't tell y'all that. Somebody's got to tell y'all that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Because if you pull out on somebody on a rainy night and their heart stops, they can come after you for murder because taser admitted to that being a lethal weapon. Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, they can come out. They have the right to come out there. They have
Yeah.
the right to take
And when they
over.
give you guys AED machines to put in your car to cover up when you kill somebody, that's premeditated murder, bro.
We don't have AED machines in our cars.
Yeah, you do. Okay. AEDs are bundled with tasers when they sell them to y'all. I know a lot, bro.
Yeah. I've never seen one in the back of a squad car.
Yeah. They started giving y'all AED machines.
We get training on them.
They started giving y'all AED machines right after they gave y'all tasers.
I've gone through that training numerous times.
Yeah.
For AEDs.
Yeah. So did my father-in-law. The fear that I saw in his eyes, bro, when he told me he got tased with that, bro, I'll never unsee it, bro.
Trust me, I know it don't feel good.
Did you know that in the last 5 years, over 7,000 people have died from a police officer? Do you know how many have been put to death by the death penalty legally?
I don't know.
It's like double, triple digits, bro, compared to 7,000, and that's just adding to it, bro. I'm looking out for you for real.
Well, I know.
Because they don't tell you guys that part. They don't.
Trust me, I know how risky this job is,
But they don't tell you that could kill people, bro. You didn't know that. You didn't know that was capable of killing somebody. You just told us all that.
Well, I appreciate you giving me that information, man.
Yeah.
But I do know the risk of doing this job. I know it very well.
Okay. I'm just saying. When you shoot somebody with that and their heart stops and you're on the bench right up there with the judge, remember me, bro.
Well, I appreciate it.
That and their heart stops and you're on the bench right up there with the judge, remember me, bro.
Well, I appreciate it. How am I going to remember if I don't know your name?
Because every time you look at your chest, you got a taser right there, and he called me by the name.
I didn't get your name. You haven't told me. So I don't even know who I'm talking to. You give me all this information, and I have no clue who I'm talking to.
Because I'm trying to help you, bro. You're carrying a deadly weapon. They don't tell you can kill people, bro.
I got a lot of
But
things
you
on
know
me.
that gun can kill people.
What's
When
up?
they give you that gun, when they give you guys your gun, you know that can kill people.
Yeah,
When they give you that electric thing and you kill somebody with it and they didn't tell you that was capable of killing somebody, now you're a murderer and they didn't tell you. They set you up with a weapon that can kill people. Like a puppet, bro. Like a corporate puppet, bro.
We understand the risk of doing this job.
No, you understand the risk that they want you to understand. You don't understand the realities of the risk at the corporate level that they have by design when they give you that weapon that kills people and they don't tell you what it can do. That makes you a puppet guy.
We chose to carry this.
No.
Yeah.
You
chose to be police officers, right?
You chose to be a police officer, and you chose to carry a weapon that was misconstrued to you. The first thing I said to you was, "Did you know that's a deadly weapon?" You didn't know that. But you carry it and you use it. And you don't even know that.
What's your name?
Do you have kids?
Huh?
Do you have kids?
Do I?
Do you have kids like me?
Yep. How many kids you got?
I don't want to see your kids having to see you in a situation, bro, because you tased somebody and they died. Now they're like, damn, my daddy might go to prison, bro, because they didn't tell you, bro.
Well, like I said, hopefully that day doesn't ever happen.
I hope for everybody that it don't.
Well, I appreciate that.
Because I've seen it happen firsthand, bro. That's why I hold this shit to my heart.
Where'd you see that?
7,000 people, bro. In the last 5 years, 7,000 people have died.
Where'd you see that?
I ain't got to answer that.
I'm just having a conversation with you.
I understand how my rights work, sir.
I know.
I ain't got to answer no question. Right now, y'all are violating my rights. You're violating my right to travel freely as a puppet of this corporation.
It's all recorded for you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
This is all recorded on. So.
Oh, it's recorded for me too. I don't do nothing off the record. Especially when I got people that took an oath to protect my rights and serve the community, standing here violating them in public. Yeah. You are. You took an oath to protect our rights, right?
Yep, I told you that.
So where's the difference between the oath you took to protect our rights and you violate my First Amendment right now? Or not my First Amendment, but my right to travel freely. Where does that gray area come in, bro?
Yeah, we took that oath for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, I'm one of them people. Don't get it misconstrued.
I didn't say you weren't one of them people.
Right, so don't insinuate I'm not one of them. Because you ain't protecting nobody by violating my rights.
No, we're doing our job.
But you're not. No, you're doing what you're doing what this corporation is puppeteering you to do, bro. This corporation that got paid $40 million of our tax dollars last year. You gonna tell me I can't stand on the public sidewalk, bro?
Didn't say you couldn't stand on a public sidewalk.
Y'all are right here. You're blocking my right to travel freely. You're telling me that I cannot continue to walk down the sidewalk. Why? Because I was standing on a public sidewalk.
Do you understand you could have left a long time ago if we would have got your name and we could have issued the half sheet and been done and over with?
Do you understand that I don't have to sign anything? Do you understand that I'm not obligated to identify myself as somebody that didn't break the law? You took an oath to protect that, bro. You took that oath.
We're saying that's why it's taking so long, because we have to go.
That's fine, but that don't change what you're doing. That does not take away the fact that whether you violate my rights for a little bit of time or a whole long time, a violation of my rights is a violation of my rights, sir. There is no justification for that. The whole world sees it right now. You're live. Live, bro. To more people than live in this entire town, bro. My audience goes long, bro. Millions of people you're violating my rights in front of right now. Uh-huh. We got eyes in the street, bro. Now you're quiet.
You're just letting me talk.
Yeah. You're letting me talk because I had the freedom of speech, right? But you're not letting me travel despite the fact that I had the right to do that too. You're guarding my path as armed. I'm explaining to y'all right now. Y'all are guarding my path to be able to walk forward with weapons that kill people. Why you violate my right to travel? Live to the world. Mr. Oberhiem, Mr. Oakley, live to the world, bro. Just because you do it don't mean it's right. Just because you get used to doing it don't mean it's right. And just because somebody with a little bit more of a badge than you tells you to do it, that don't make it right neither. And some lady that works at a place that gets $40 million of our tax money, telling me to do it don't make it right either. Telling me to do it don't make it right either. But the world sees that. The revolution will be televised. is televised. So, I'm curious, why are you still blocking my path to travel freely that you took the oath to protect? Can you tell me what law I broke? Can you tell me what law I broke? Can you tell me what law I broke? Can you tell me what law I broke?
We're attempting to bar you from that property.
Can you tell me what law I broke?
You're not breaking the law.
Then why are you stopping me? If I didn't break a law, why are you stopping me?
We have a right to try to identify you.
You don't have a right to violate my right to travel.
I'm done talking to you. Anything I
Am I free? Am I free to go?
No.
Why not?
I just said it.
What law did I break? What law did I break, sir?
Block off that turn lane so we don't have another accident.
What law did I break, sir? Sir, what law did I break, Oakley?
You don't like my answers, dude.
Because your answers are wrong. What law did I break, Oakley? So I'm free to go?
No.
If I was to start walking, what would you do?
I would make sure you didn't walk because we're trying to...
You would attack me, wouldn't you?
I would hope not.
You'd probably pull your taser on me if I went that way, wouldn't you?
You already said you didn't.
So
like
you're gonna come up and put hands on me if I walk that way?
I would hope that wouldn't come to that.
Is that what your response would be if I went ahead and I executed my right to travel? If I went ahead and I executed my right to travel, if I went ahead and executed my right to travel that you're violating, are you going to put hands on me? So I'm free to go?
No, you are not free to go.
What law did I break? What law did I break, bro? What law did I break, bro? Huh? What law did I break, bro? I'm gonna see you in court, Oakley.
How's it going, sir?
Not very good. Your officers right now violate my right to travel freely.
Okay.
With no law being broken.
What happened at the Oasis?
I was standing on a public sidewalk, minding my own business. She called you guys.
Who did?
Apparently the little dark-haired lady over there.
Why'd she call us? You're just standing there.
That's a great question because she likes to put on a show with people. I see it all the time.
Okay.
They get a little. She feels a little bit of authority. She picks up that phone. They put on a show and they sit back and they smoke their cigarettes with grins on their face like this because they called cops on somebody that was standing on a taxpayer-funded sidewalk.
Okay.
I was standing outside that door. She said, "Don't stand in front of my door." I'm standing on a sidewalk. Am I wrong when I say every sidewalk in this town is tax property?
Yeah, it's public property.
It's public property, right?
Yeah.
Funded by the taxpayers.
Yeah.
So when I stand on the sidewalk, minding my own business on a sidewalk, on a public tax-funded sidewalk, and someone comes outside and gets in my face telling me I can't stand there, who's in the wrong, sir?
I guess they are. I don't know.
Thank you. With that being said, I didn't break a law.
Okay.
For the last 20 minutes,
Okay.
my rights have been violated by these two men right here that took an oath to protect my rights. My right to travel freely has been violated for the last 20 minutes by these men with weapons.
Okay.
I didn't break a law, sir.
Okay. Well,
I
you
didn't.
the Oasis, okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
You verbally told me that. I
Go.
appreciate it.
Go.
Can I get your name and badge number?
Holloway, 1456.
Can you write that down and give me a card?
I'm not going to write it down. You have it on camera, right? I'm not going to write it down.
Can I borrow your pen so I can write it down?
1456.
You don't carry. You guys don't
Are
carry.
recording?
You guys don't carry cards.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I am, because y'all are going to court with
Okay.
me. God
Okay.
bless. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
I am the good one, bro.
Okay.
My niggas call me Jesus Frisco.